Good morning and welcome to Hi Connections. My name is JC Porter and I work in childcare. I am a licensed college graduate childcare provider. I've been working in childcare for approximately, I would say, 20 years. I got drafted into it. My mother, she's the one that started me with working in daycare. Well, actually, let me tell you, I had no other choice because she's my mother and I had to help out at the daycare when I came home from school. The name of our daycare is Hi Child Development. It was established in 1983. My grandparents are the founders of Hi. They're very close to my heart, and I really appreciate their vision that they had a long time ago, because Hi was started in a car garage, and they remodeled it and they cleaned it up, and it is the flourishing daycare it is today. Started in 1983. So why do I have a YouTube channel? Well, I am a person that loves to talk. Like I talk. So I love to talk. All good things come from above. So God was like, why don't you just start a YouTube channel? You can talk your little face off. And then and I also just don't want to talk about stuff. I want to empower other child care providers, because I feel like there is a lacking for people who work in daycare. I think we really don't get the respect that we deserve. People call us babysitters. I get highly insulted when they say babysitters. Another insult for me is Hi is well known in our area, and I love when people run up to me, or not, I would say run up to me or just come up to me. They see me in passing. Oh, you still running your mama's daycare? And it's not running my mama's daycare. It's called operating a business, because that's what it is. It is a business. It is a lot of work. It's fun work. It's rewarding work. But when you have what I am a part of is a licensed group child care home in a building. Now I know that's a lot. I would like for my channel to be like a resource for other child care providers. Now, we can come up with different discussions, and if you have different ideas, I want to do crafts, I want to do recipes, I just want to do it all. However, I understand that, hold on a minute, hold on, there's a parent calling me. I'm sorry, hold on a minute.
Hello?
Hi, you called?
Yeah. You want me to put it in?
Yeah, just put it in the mailbox. One of us will be there to pick it up, and if Pastor McElveen's not there, that's okay. I'll just get it when he'll let me know.
So I'm sticking it in the mailbox?
Yeah, just stick it in the mailbox. We'll get it, and I'll give you a receipt on Monday. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry. Like I said, I work in daycare. That was a parent calling. We're in the midst of a thunderstorm warning, or I would say hurricane. We're not looking for that to happen, but we closed down today. So I gave me more time to do this footage for you. So, what was I saying? We were talking about, honey, what was I talking about?
You're talking about the daycare and how it got started?
Okay, so the daycare started. Oh. I want you to meet the most important, and I would say one of the most important amongst our children. I am married, and there's a lot of things I know, but there's some things I don't know. But I want you to meet my husband, Leon. Leon, come around and say hi. Because I can't do all this filming by myself. I mean, come on, you all. I'm not like every woman.
Hello, everybody.
I mean, I am every woman. However, he is going to be helping me with the footage, and he is the maintenance man. He is the cameraman. He is the bus driver. He is a fill-in volunteer when I need help at Hi when he's not working his job. Now, he works with children too, so that helps a lot. He's a licensed physical therapist, so he works with kids too. And yes, I improv too. I put him in the video. So
yeah, thank you very much. I'm not prepared for this.
But anywho, I just wanted you all to know that I have a lot of help. You know, it takes a village to do a daycare. Okay, let's go back. Okay, go back.
Okay. I can go back to work now?
Yeah, you can go back to work.
All right.
Go. And yes, I do a lot of impromptu stuff, so please don't get upset with me. But hey, you work in daycare, you just never know what's going to happen, especially when you're working in a private child care facility. When I say private, because you know, like there are major daycares that have like chains, like they have chain of daycares where they have money that comes from the corporate office and blah blah. Well, group child care, we have to supply all of our, well, Jesus has to supply a lot of our needs ourselves. Like we are responsible for our food. We are responsible for maintenance of the building. We are responsible for our curriculum. Yes, we are under, now let me just explain it to you all. It sounds like a lot of information, but when you have a state license, you know, they kind of call the shots on how you operate the business. However, and then I work for 3 different agencies. There's DSS that comes to monitor, and then there's ABC that comes to monitor, and then we have a food program called Helping Hands, and they monitor as well the type of food that you eat, that you're serving the kids. And then we have DHEC that comes visit, and then there's a fire marshal that comes visit, and amongst all of those 5 visits, there's the parents, and then the most important are the children. So, and then there's other visitors too, like library. I have like library readings. We have a person, Miss Liz, which I just love the way she reads stories to our children. You can get a good storyteller, you can get a boring storyteller, but you need someone to captivate those children's attention, to be exciting and also loving. You know, you gotta get someone that loves children. Yes, I have had in the past some bad storytellers. I mean, just horrible. It's like, why did you even waste my time? And then the children are like, don't let her come back, you know, but you know, and let me tell you all now, having a storyteller, you may say, oh, why you just can't read it yourself? You know, that's for people who don't work in daycare. Storytellers give you a chance to, like when you do daycare, it's like a production. It gives you a chance to either prepare for a lesson or just give you that's my dog out there barking. I'm at my home filming. But it gives you a chance to regroup on what you need to do for the day. And you know what, it's a nice little break from talking to the children. You know, it's good to invite good people in to captivate those children's mind and give you like a little 10-minute recess. You can just I'm always, now when you have like group child care, you always have to do things yourself. So let me get back to that. Let me read you the definition, because there's some people that may be watching the channel and they don't know what is she talking about, group child care? What is that? I thought daycare is daycare. Okay, so I want to give you, my dog T-Bolt is still barking. Must be see a cat. He's looking at a cat and he's barking. I apologize for the dog barking, but hey, this is real life. Okay, a family group daycare is a residence occupied by an individual of at least 21 years of age who provides care for not less than 9 or 12 or more children with the assistance of 1 or more approved adults. Also, any part of the age of 24 years old. So basically what that's saying is that we have like a ratio of 12 children. Now, there's some people that do group child care in their homes. I work in a building away from my home. Now, yes, do I bring children home sometimes? Like sometimes the emergency persists when at the end of the day, but that's like few and far between. I would have to bring a child home in case a parent, has, we've had parents that have car accidents or car trouble, and to stay past the time, instead of sitting there in the building with one child. And then I'm fortunate, I don't live too far from my daycare. So I can just bring that child home and tell the parent to pick them up from my home. So I have that, but that happens like few and far between. Now, let me sum it up for you what a group child care provider is. A group child care provider is the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Like you are responsible for everything. Now, I have worked for other chain daycares. When I say chain daycares, like they have a daycare in each state, and there it's called. They have a corporate office. They have someone to answer to. If you say, for instance, the plumbing breaks, it's toilet overflow for that day. You can, like, the chain daycares, they have like someone that comes in and they can fix it. If the plumbing breaks at your facility, you are responsible to getting that plumber there yourself. And we, in today's world, you have a lot of resources. I am just highly blessed and favored because, like, I know the daycare has been established, and I know people, who will come in. I can call them. I have relatives that I love, like my cousin Walter, and my uncle, which is Pastor McElvee. I can call him and call these two, and I'm like, I'm having a problem, like the toilet overflow, or Pastor McElvee really was a lifesaver. Last year, we had a storm here in South Carolina, and my whole boys' bathroom, the ceiling collapsed. I mean, it was terrible. I have pictures of that, where it was just a mess. It was a muck. And I called Pastor McElvee, and I mean, he did that. He did that. He fixed that ceiling. By the time licensing came around with the DSS monitors, which you never know when they're going to come, they saw that, and it was just perfection. And see, I know people like that. Plus, I like that he works with my budget. Now, that is a big deal in group childcare. You are responsible for your own budget. You have to learn how to money manage. And let me explain. I don't know everything about daycare. We can learn from each other. I'm not like, oh, I just know it all. We can do this and I know this and how to do that. We don't. So that's why I want to start this channel, so I can connect with other child care providers. You can give me some of your ideas, and then if I can help you, and if I don't know it, I'm going to ask someone to help out with something that I don't know. So it's us helping each other. That's why it's called Hi Connections, because we want to connect with other child care providers. I like to do like recipes and fitness. I mean, I'm not always, I wouldn't say like I work out every day, but I do try to do a little something. 2008 is when I got diagnosed with high blood pressure, and I'm believing the Lord for internal healing, because I was taking I was on 2 blood pressure medicines a day, and now the Lord has, my doses have been reduced, and I'm on 1 blood pressure medicine now, but I'm believing the Lord to be on no blood pressure medicine. So, within saying that, I also want to do a lot of health things, because with child care providers, we give. I really don't think we get the respect. There's that little funny saying going around, put some respect on my name, I forgot how he says it, but anyway, put some respect on my name. We don't get the respect we deserve. So it's like, we really need to take care of ourselves, and we really need to love ourselves. We need to love like we just really need to just love on ourselves and treat ourselves good. And yes, I like to have fun. I am married to my wonderful husband, Leon, which you saw him in the clip. We've been married for 20 years. We have 2 children, Leo and Tyler. And yeah, I do want another child, I do. However, I have a lot of little children, so.
Move your hair to the side just a little bit. Get it away from the mic.
Oh, like that.
Bring it down a little bit. You can put it on your shoulder, but not right there. All right, good. All right, you can start.
My husband is a perfectionist. As you see, he stopped the clip so I could fix my hair so I wouldn't be over the mic. So I'm not complaining. But anyway, like I was saying, we have 2 children, Leo and Tyler. Yes. And fortunately, they both were raised in the daycare that I work in now. Leo, not her full life, but I would say for majority of her life, she was raised in daycare, because she was born in Atlanta, Georgia. So my husband and I had to move back to South Carolina because we had to go back to school to get our college degrees and things, because that's where we met. And that's another story in itself. So Leo, our first daughter, she was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia Peach, whoop, whoop. But now she, and then Tyler, who is our second daughter, she was born here in South Carolina. Southern baby, whoop, whoop. However, they're both loved. Very blessed to have both of my daughters. Yeah, they are real teenagers too. You know, you have to. We still, Leon, our parent, and we still have to deal with day-to-day issues. We do a lot of praying. Do a lot of praying that they would be successful women. So let's get off of my family life. You know a little bit about me. Now, I'm going to have a lot of guests on my little channel. I love to talk to people. Now they have no other choice but to sit and listen to me because they're going to be on this channel. So I'm going to be inviting a lot of guests. So my first guest is going to be my mother, Natalie Highsmith, who helped founded Hi. Matter of fact, she even named the daycare Hi. It came from my dear sweet aunt, her and my aunt, which is Gwinnett Elizabeth Smith. And I'm going to say a lot of my family members that really that really inspired me in my lifetime. Gwinnett Marshall Smith, that's my auntie that helped come up with the name Hi Child Daycare, or Hi Child Development, with my mother, Natalie Highsmith. So, you know a lot about my family now, my roots, where I come from. I gave you a little insight of who I am as a person and people that helped shape me. So my first guest, because I'm going to do, now this channel is not going to go like a certain way. You know, it's going to be like all over the place, but we're going to try to get helpful information that's going to empower you, and then give me feedback. Like, I love positive comments, and I love useful, resourceful information. So feel free to let me know something. Or JC, you know, I did, but just don't be rude about it. Like, I just don't do rude. Please don't be rude about it. Just tell me, you know, well, JC, I disagree with that. You know, let's just agree to disagree. We can still be friends and disagree. I'm going to introduce to you my mother, Natalie Highsmith, who is one of the founders of Hi. And she's just going to tell you of what some of her credentials and her experience, and why she loves working in childcare. Now, my mother has been through a lot. She has I believe it was it a year ago or 2 years ago that you had a pacemaker defibrillator put in? 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, she had open heart surgery, and she is like a walking miracle. So we thank God for her. She had to retire, and now she's back in the saddle again. So yeah, I like to sing a lot too. So you might hear me commenting in melody. But with working with children, I sing a lot to my children. So that's one of the other, but you'll learn about that. That's another happy thing. And you know, I'm going to read y'all the importance of singing, because there's a lot of resourceful things for your body when you sing a melody. It, you know, gives out a lot of happy endorphins. So, and you're going to need some happy endorphins if you work in childcare. For those who've been in it a number of years, you are going to be doing a lot of singing. We're like, you know what, she was right about that singing. So, yeah. She is going to be my first guest, Miss Natalie Highsmith. And like magic, she appears. So, she is the one that started me in childcare. Well, hello, Mother.
Hello, JC. It's a pleasure to be with my daughter because she took a part of my dream.
And I'm her favorite daughter, too. Anywho.
There's so much we can talk about.
She is going to tell how her life was just wonderful change when she had, no. She's going to tell her credentials of working in childcare, what she has working in childcare, where she started from and originated from. Where did you originally start working in childcare?
Well, actually, I started with one of the first daycares in Bedford-Stuyvesant and Queens, New York, under the direction of Mr. Carter and his dear wife. They were such an inspiration and had so much love they shared with the children. I kind of felt this would be a part of my life. Although I went to school for sociology and psychology, and when I was quite young, I felt the inspiration at a youth camp that I should be in theology. And so my parents found me a Bible school in Rhode Island. Now, there was one little problem. I got out of school, graduated when I was just 16 years old. And being 16 years old, you don't quite know which way you want to do, say, or be. I did have someone above me that was well versed in nursing, which was my oldest sister, Gwinnett. Gwinnett graduated as a registered nurse. There's 6 years between us. And she made hundreds. So I knew right then I wasn't going to that school because I'd have to follow her footsteps. And I wasn't in love with blood. Therefore, went to Bible school in Rhode Island, Zion Bible Institute, which is now called Barrington College. And therefore, after that, I pursued a career in daycare as a social worker first and then into daycare. Now, let's go into why I like daycare.
Why did she like daycare?
My mother and father were foster parents, and they were noted in New York for one of the foster parents was such a well-versed, happy home, and they had fostered 80 foster children and babies. And they were on this special show on TV, and at that time, I didn't really know what was going on, but I just loved taking care of children with my mother's inspiration. And when I did this, I felt such a pleasure in having the children learn. Okay, learning is a valuable factor in being a parent as well as a caregiver for a child. We have to realize they're just a clean slate. And what you put on it develops the adult that exists today. So many times we find out that saying said, it takes a village to raise a child. That is true. But it also takes that love. And I feel that love is the most valuable factor in impressing, involving, and developing a great person.
And that is one of the reasons why I really enjoy working in childcare, because I love children. Like, you really have to love a child, to me, in order to work with a child. Now, there's a lot of people that say they have all the books, since they have all these degrees, they have all this experience, they go to all these training programs. And that's one thing that my mom has mirrored to me of her is her love for children. And working in group childcare, you really do not get paid, what you're worth, so to speak. And you can't put like you can't really put like a dollar sign on what you do. You really have to do it from your heart. Like, you can get, I've seen my mother, she's kept children to sometimes 7 to 8 o'clock at night. Okay, now the daycare closes a certain time and the child ends up coming home, and then they have to eat with us. And then sometimes I've seen her, like back in the day, she even gave some of them baths, got them ready when their parents came and picked them up. And what's the payment for that? There is no dollar sign for that. Some parents were not in the position to even do that. It's just a thank you. And, really it's a ministry. Working in daycare is just not something that you just, if you are going to get into it for an amount of money that you think you're going to receive, you just need to find you another career, because working in daycare, it's very tasking. It's very, I would say, it's rewarding, but I mean, it's like a lot of, you have to be quick, think real quick on your feet. You really have to be, pace, like fast pace, so to speak. Because, children, they work on schedule. They have to eat a certain time. And then sometimes a child, you have 3 kids that throw up or something, and that throws your whole schedule off, but you still got to move quickly. So, and I really admire my mother for showing that. She mirrored that. Me watching her do that over years, me watching my grandmother and grandfather taking so many children and take care of them. So it was just natural. It was natural for me to do that. Now, when I was younger, I was like, I'm not doing this. This is just too much work. I'm not doing this, and I'm not dealing with nobody's snotty-nosed children. Now I love those little snotty-nosed children. And I learned to put on gloves to clean that snot. But, it's all about the love. You really have to love a child. And I also want to do a lot of tips in how to protect yourself when with germ season and flu season coming along. Not germ season, just flu season coming on. How to protect yourself when taking care of a child. But let me get back to Mother, my special guest. What made you want to start Hi Child Development?
After my many experiences taking care of children in Bedford-Stuyvesant, that's in Brooklyn, New York, and various places when I was in Rhode Island at the school there, I found out that there is a lacking of attention geared to children of that age. It's been said children should be seen and not heard, but they are so tangled up with the affairs of whatever their parents are going through. So they need that TLC. And I jotted down as love, time, and care. And the reason why I say that, if a child feels that love that you have for them, they automatically desire to be around you, please you, and talk to you. Don't you agree?
Now that is very true. Even though I watched my grandmother, Cornelia Wingate, and grandfather Nathaniel Wingate, I watched them, minister. They were both in the church, evangelism and pastoralship, and even my grandfather became a bishop. I watched them take care of a lot of people. So they also raised my mom, and then my mother, I watched her take care of a lot of people, so it trickled down. And it really, the key ingredient is love. You have to have love for children. If you don't have love for children in child care, then you might as well find another career, because you're not going to get paid what you're worth. Say for instance, you can have a day of 5 children spit up on you and 2 had diarrhea. Okay, and you're not always going to get a parent to say, "Oh, I appreciate what you did." They are very, focused on, taking care of their child, or, my little Johnny's sick. Matter of fact, sometimes little Johnny can make you sick, and then you have to come back to daycare and work as if nothing happened. You have to work through it. So you really have to have a love for kids, and you have to have a desire to want to see that child be a success in life. And working in daycare, it gives you that, I would say, that podium or that stadium to show that. So getting back to my mother's interview,
it was just a joy, because Mother was such a unique person. She had a task for each one of us to do, and she spent time with each one of us, and she cultivated our talents in what was special that she thought we could develop in. And this spilled over in my life to take care of children.
Wow. I really come from some really seasoned, loving, good children people. Childcare loving people. And that's without the credentials. Just that key word, that 4-letter word, LOVE, love. And I really appreciate that Mother instilled that not just in me, but through the children that she has taught in the many years. I mean, Mother has had, how many kids you done taught?
Well, let's put it this way. My oldest child that I had started out with is now 45 years old.
So that's a whole lot of children.
And he is a father of 3 daughters.
And one thing I do know that she did make an impact on these children's life who are now adults, because they always come back. They'll come back and they're like, where's Miss Highsmith? I never forget the soldier in uniform. It was a couple of soldiers in uniform that came back to see her. And he was this big old tall guy. He was robust, and he was like, I'm here to see Miss Natalie Highsmith. And I was like, oh gosh, what did she do? Not that my mother, I know she was guilty of doing stuff. However, I just was like, who is this official looking for her? Because my father, he is a retired military police. So I was like, who is he? What does he want with you? And he said, I was looking for her because I used to attend Lehigh Child Development. And I thought that was so funny, and it was seed sowing. So I just want to tell Mom thank you for all that you taught me and showed me over the years and empowered me to do what I do and gave me the desire. Well, it's God that gave me the desire to do it. So to Him be all the glory. But I really enjoy it. Like, I used to say to Mom all the time, like, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to be stuck in the daycare with a bunch of children. But she loved it. That was her thing. That's what she enjoyed doing. And now I enjoy doing it. I feel more comfortable around that age. I think you can relate to them. You have to see the beauty in children as well, because every child is different. I don't expect children to be, there's no such thing as the perfect child that sits there quietly. I like them with a little, pepper in them, little personality, so to speak.
Yes.
And Mother showed me that as well, that you have to let children express themselves, have their own personality. That makes them a special child, that helps them to grow, and that helps them to learn. So, you got a lot in our first segment. Well, Mother, thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming.
You're welcome.
So you got a lot in our first, YouTube channel. I don't even know how to begin. I say introduction. So if you want to discuss any important topics, or maybe you have questions, hey, we don't know the answer to everything, but or you have a situation, you could comment to me. If I don't get back to you right away, I will try to get back to you. Like I say, this is real life, so we are working. No excuse. I still want to connect with you, and just know that you are loved. You are a child care provider, but you are loved. You're doing a great job. I want to tell all the child care providers that are underpaid, overworked, stressed out, and no one says thank you. I want to say, mwah! Thank you for all that you do, and give yourself a tight hug. Give yourself a squeeze. You are so loved, and that's my hug. That's our hug from me to you. So, y'all be blessed. And yes, I'm a 70s baby, so I'm going to go pee. And then Mother's going to say what she always say to children before they leave.
See you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile. Knee high.
Bye-bye.